covering the entire Piedmont Triad and everywhere you are. WXII 12 News at 5 starts now.
Happening right now on WXII 12 News at 5. We have a lot of news to get to on this Wednesday evening, including some dogs poisoned in the Piedmont and the latest breaking details in a building collapse in Philadelphia. But we're starting off in the Weather Center, where our Chief Meteorologist Lainey Pope and meteorologist Michelle Kennedy are tracking some rain in the area on Super Doppler 12. What are we seeing out there right now, Lainey?
Well, we've got the gray skies. We have had occasional showers out there. Have a look right now at downtown Greensboro, where we have overcast conditions, temperatures that are well below normal. Our current conditions in Greensboro in the low 70s right now. We are sitting at 72 degrees. We had a little bit of rain earlier this afternoon. Our winds are blowing out of the east at about 3 miles an hour. You look at the wet weather from earlier today, some of those showers pushing well to the north. Our current sweep on Super Doppler 12 radar shows you a little bit of rain in Rockingham County, also now pushing northward into Patrick County. A little bit of wet weather near Nettle Ridge. It's all patchy light rain at this point. Eden seeing some wet weather along Highway 14 because of the clouds and the rain that we've seen today. Our temperatures are cool. Feels pretty nice out there in the low 70s from Greensboro, Winston-Salem, High Point, and Lexington. For this evening, we will see some patchy rain showers out there. Overcast skies in the picture with temperatures falling through the 60s. Let's check in with Chris now to see how traffic is flowing.
Not a lot going on the roads right now, but something to keep in mind. The off-ramp from 52 southbound to Martin Luther King Jr. Drive is closed until June 18th. Take a look at our traffic camera. This is I-40 at Guilford College Road in Greensboro. Things are moving along and picking up. Stay updated on Twitter at WXII.
And you can track whatever weather comes your way right down to your neighborhood on your desktop. Just go to WXII12.com and check out the interactive radar feature in our weather section. We are covering some breaking news out of Philadelphia right now. That's where one person was killed in a building collapse this morning. 13 others were injured when that 4-story building that was being demolished went down. Those trapped in the rubble were shopping inside of a Salvation Army thrift store next door. New at 5 o'clock, a lot of money's on the table tonight for information in a crime that would break the heart of any animal lover. Winston-Salem police say that somebody tried to feed rat poison to 2 dogs on Irving Street in the Ardmore neighborhood of Winston-Salem. So far, no arrests in the case. Our Rob Wu is live tonight at the scene of the crime to bring us the latest. Rob?
Cam, dog lovers in the Ardmore area believe there's a sicko out there. This person or the people responsible left a bowl of dog food, or actually just food in general, for these 2 dogs inside a couple's backyard, but mixed in with that food, rat poison. The dog's owner, Sarah Fransheim, tells us she's part of a household of 4. That includes her and her husband, along with Toby and Einstein. After getting treatment on Friday, both dogs are doing well. The couple, though, still shook up by all this, but they've received tremendous support from both friends and strangers. The Forever Friends group of North Carolina has even offered a $1,000 reward for the arrest of the poisoner. The couple has matched that, increasing the total to $2,000.
We're very touched and very pleased that people are as outraged as we are, and that people who don't even know us would, get their money together and help us out. It warms our hearts, and it kind of restores faith in humanity after such a devastating blow this weekend.
And Fransheim tells us she has no idea who would do this to her family, but she does know this is not the first time it's happened. Blood work done on Einstein showed results inconsistent with a first-time poison, so they believe he has also been poisoned sometime recently. Cam. I'm sorry, Cam. Back to you.
That's all right. Thank you, Rob. Rob Wu live in Ardmore. Right now, charges have yet to be filed in a pit bull attack in Winston-Salem. This happened Monday on Golson Avenue. Animal Control says that a FedEx worker was mauled by 3 pit bulls and another man was bitten while trying to help her. The FedEx worker suffered several injuries to her face, head, ears, arms, and legs. The dog's owners were cited back in September in another attack. As for those dogs tonight, they are under quarantine. There has been another bear sighting in the Triad. A black bear was spotted in a wooded area near Guilford College Road. This is the latest in many recent sightings we've had in the last few weeks. And tonight, our Veronica White explains why these bears might be making their way around town.
The bears we're seeing in the triad, according to an animal management expert, are coming from the mountains, and these are younger bears looking for food and a place to live. This as the bear population grows, and the mother bears can't always take care of all of the cubs. Bears have cubs over the winter, and when spring hits and mom can't feed them all, older ones head out on their own. Chris Lasher tells us that these are American black bears, just like you see in the zoo, and they're the only type in North Carolina. Sometimes they can be a cinnamon color, but they are the same species. And we've had reports of bears in Winston-Salem a week and a half ago, another in Greensboro over the past few days. Lasher says seeing multiple bears in such a short time is very rare, and he doesn't expect to see this again.
These are all younger bears. They're under 2 years old, and they stay with their moms specifically for about a year or so. And when the mom has more cubs, they'll kick the older ones out to get out on their own. So these guys are looking for their own territory. They're looking for new food sources.
Now, if you see a bear, we're told to just leave it alone. It will go away eventually. If you come face to face with it, don't run away. Its instinct would be to chase you. So just stay calm. Don't do anything threatening towards it. I'm Veronica White, WXII 12 News.
Right now, police in Raleigh are investigating a deadly crash involving one of their own. Investigators say that around 3 o'clock this morning, a motorized scooter collided with a police car. The two men on the scooter were killed. That investigation continues. A North Carolina family is recovering tonight after a car plowed right into their home. This happened just before midnight in Martin County, which is just north of Greenville. The mobile homeowner says she had just put her daughter to sleep when she thought a bomb went off. Turns out an SUV had crashed right into the living room. The driver was injured. Two men are on the mend tonight as investigators in Surry County are searching for the gunman in a double shooting. Happened just after midnight on Eleanor Avenue in Mount Airy. The two victims, 43-year-old Donald Carter and 48-year-old Harold Vernon, tried to drive themselves to the local hospital, but they wrecked on Worth Street. They were then taken to Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center, where we're told they are in stable condition. Investigators say that the alleged gunman shot at the men over an argument that stemmed from something that happened years ago. Police are investigating a stabbing near the campus of NC State. Investigators say around 4:15 in the morning, the victim was robbed at knife point and then stabbed by the suspect. The victim is not believed to be a student at the university. Police say the surveillance video was able to give them a better description of the suspect. A memorial service has been planned in remembrance of a North Carolina woman whose car plunged down a mountainside in Wilkes County. Holly Fisher's body was recovered on Monday. The Charlotte woman had been missing for a week. Family and friends have planned a memorial service for this Saturday at St. Gabriel's Church in Charlotte. United Nations Ambassador Susan Rice has been tapped to take over as President Obama's National Security Advisor. During a Rose Garden ceremony, the president made his official announcement of Rice. She will succeed Tom Donilon, who is planning to resign on July 1st.
I'm deeply honored and humbled to serve our country as your National Security Advisor. I'm proud to have worked so closely with you for more than 6 years, and I'm deeply grateful for your enduring confidence in me.
Susan Rice has been the subject of much Republican criticism after last year's attack at the U.S. Embassy in Benghazi. The position of National Security Advisor does not require confirmation by the Senate. The president also nominated Susan Power, a longtime foreign policy advisor, to take over Rice's duties at the United Nations. And looking ahead, President Obama will be in North Carolina tomorrow. He will visit Mooresville Middle School and talk about the school's cutting-edge curriculum that promotes digital learning. This is part of the president's Middle Class Jobs and Opportunity Tour. North Carolina Lieutenant Governor Dan Forest is reviewing the core curriculum adopted by North Carolina public schools. He says the new school board, seated after Republicans won full control of the state government last year, will review the current benchmarks for reading, writing, and math in the coming months. Meanwhile, Governor Pat McCrory and a Democratic prosecutor are calling for the end of those Moral Monday protests at the General Assembly. These protests, organized by the state chapter of the NAACP, have led to more than 300 arrests so far. The protesters are upset over recent actions by the Republican-led General Assembly on social programs, education, and voting rights. Both McCrory and Wake County District Attorney Colin Willoughby say the protests are taking police officers away from their job of fighting crime. Former North Carolina Senator and presidential candidate John Edwards is planning to open up a new law firm this September. It will be based in Raleigh and will focus on plaintiff work. Edwards was a nationally known attorney before he entered politics. His political career was derailed by an extramarital affair with Rielle Hunter and a corruption trial held last year in Greensboro. Edwards was acquitted on those charges. This summer, you can help WXII 12 News bag childhood hunger. Our Kenny Beck is live at the Lowe's Foods on Independence Boulevard in Mount Airy with the details tonight. Kenny?
Cameron, good evening to you. This is always one of my favorite times of year. Get to meet all the great folks here in Mount Airy who happen to be out and about in the New Market Crossing Shopping Center. We've already seen folks come by dropping off some cash, dropping off some bags of foods. Lowe's Foods nice enough, as they often do, to make some of these pre-made bags. This is great stuff. $7, $8. You get delicious, nutritious, non-perishable food. You don't have to bag it. You don't have to pick it out. Just say, hey, look, you're doing your weekly grocery shopping. Throw one of these bags in the cart, too, and they will make sure it gets where it needs. If you happen to be in this area, we will be here tonight until 6:30. Again, we are in Mount Airy. This is Independence Ave, the New Market Crossing Shopping Center, just outside the Lowe's Foods here. We'd love to come by, love you to come by and say hello to us, but this is much bigger than us right here, right now. If you are sitting at home and you are watching and you have a smartphone, or it can even be a regular phone that has the ability to text, do some hungry folks a favor and text the word EAT, E-A-T, to 25383. 25383. Text the word EAT to 25383. $10 comes off next month's cell bill. If you have a smartphone, that's a drop in the bucket relative to what you're paying, and it will provide 70 meals to hungry folks in this area who still can't find a job, and in particular to children. Children do not ask to be born into difficult situations. It is the situation that they are dealing with. $10. Again, text the word EAT to 25383. It's a fantastic thing, and you don't even have to get up off the sofa to do it. We'll tell you more ways you can give, and we'll go inside these bags here and show you exactly what makes a terrific donation as we try to bag childhood hunger. Cam, we'll send it back inside to you.
All right, thanks. Kenny Beck live at our food drive in Mount Airy tonight. Go see him. Well, tonight we know who won that $590 million Powerball prize. It was 84-year-old Gloria McKenzie, who's from Zephyr Hills, Florida. She came forward to claim her prize this afternoon. She took the lump sum of $370.9 million before taxes. McKenzie is the largest sole lottery winner in U.S. history. 1, 2, 3. The governor on hand for the ceremonial opening of a new plant here in the Triad, coming up on WXII 12 News at 5. Details on the jobs that will soon be filled. And we'll find out why these kids were cheering for their principal to get up on the roof and stay there.
Not on the roof, but on our patio. Backyard barbecue time. Chef Daniel on the grill. He's got some salmon skewers. They look fabulous. Folks are already enjoying some of the treats here from Golding Farms. Look at all the choices you've got. Just take a little pretzel or a cracker like these gals. Hey, they're joining us from the American Heart Association. Those are our guests today. We'll be talking to some of them and hearing some of their stories coming up.